That is all getting cut out.
Oh my god.
That is all getting cut out.
Oh
my god.
That would have been great if you'd have left it. I wanted it to be left so bad. You know how many people are evil enough to like a video if you put something like that in the description?
I know.
Just for them to be like, yeah, let's see this happen. Is it going to be recorded? Is it a live shot? Are you going to do this on the IG Live?
This is what I'm going to do. We're going to record a podcast. And you're going to like it.
We see that on IG Live. Oh, man. It's sad. It's hilarious, but it's sad at the same time. It's that weird in-between space. See, this is what happens when you don't go straight into the intro. I would have been in show mode if you went into the intro. No. You had to get focused.
You just threw off my focus now.
I'm sorry.
Jesus. Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda.
And I'm RJ.
And the kids are going to bed soon.
That's what we're going to change the name of the show to. It's just going to be The Kids Are Going to Bed Soon. Welcome back from hiatus, guys. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? We missed you.
So.
Another school year.
Kids are homeschooling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, can we have a bunch of the docket to talk about today.
Distance learning. So.
But that's first and foremost. How are you dealing?
I am a nervous fucking wreck.
Yep. I will say our two sons who are here are doing well.
Yes.
I mean, is this how I envisioned their life to be? No. You know what I mean? There's no way we could have saw this coming.
No.
Nobody saw this coming. Side note, shout out to all my teachers.
Yeah.
IT professionals in school districts.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos. I mean, because we can't even begin to fathom what you're going through right now.
In the least. Like.
Talking about nobody knew this was coming. There's no way you could have prepared for this coming. I mean, yeah, you had last spring, but last spring was just a cluster to try and get to the end of the year, hoping that this wasn't going to be like
that this would be
taken care of.
Gone by now. And
yeah.
But I'm not going to get started on that.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic. But I love how the boys are adjusting. I'm scared for our daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But she is being responsible, doing what she needs to do.
Yes, she is.
So I'm very happy about that. And luckily she hangs around with smart kids, and they, for the most part, are doing what they need to do. So that's good, too. Do you ever think about how throughout history there's no way any other culture would have been prepared for this the way that we are?
This happened.
No, I'm just talking about from an education standpoint.
100 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about like from
for like the Euler.
Yeah.
Like the
from an education perspective.
Yeah.
There's no way any other point in history would have been could have done anything with this. Mm-hmm. Like if this would have happened to us.
Like I would love to find. I mean. Not enough to actually go and research it, but like if anybody like had a tidbit or just knew or had ever researched how they did schooling during the flu of what was it, 1918?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to know how they did that. Like, did they just? I mean, granted, back then a lot of kids were homeschooled anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And schooling was a little bit of a different concept than what it is now.
Yeah.
The structure was different.
But I mean, colleges back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of had to miss a year.
Yeah. You were just out. But no, it's just, I'm amazed at where this is. And I laughed because I was working with somebody today and they were like, oh yeah, this will be fine by Christmas. We'll be up and running by next year. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
Okay, sweetie.
Sounds like somebody's just really hoping for Black Friday, which I really hope they cancel.
Oh, they won't. It's gonna morph itself. What'll end up happening is that you'll have Black Friday all month. The month of November will be Black Friday.
But that's what I'm saying. I hope they don't have like
The actual day.
day.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
No, I think just the month of November will be a Black Friday. Which, if that works, that's awesome for a lot of retail workers because that means you'll get your Thanksgivings back.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, stores don't want to open on Thanksgiving. They don't want to have to pay you double time and a half.
Exactly.
They have no desire to do that. But the money's so good, was so good on those days.
Yeah.
That there's no way as a business you could turn that down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't make any sense. But if this works,
right.
Why? Why even
Because
bother?
there's a reason it's called Black Friday.
Yeah. I mean, there was always a reason up until now.
But that's the thing is they would have, at least where we work,
Mm-hmm.
they would have Black Friday deals all November long.
Yeah, but you never had this looming over people's heads.
Right, but still, they've still had, I mean, last year they had like a week.
And we were still insane.
Each part of the month dedicated to a different part of the store.
Mm-hmm. But I think because there will be some people, because let's be real, by the time November hits, this won't be any better. If anything, it may be slightly worse because you'll start getting into really cold season. So that looming over the top, financial instability and President Trump's second term, yeah, I've just relegated myself to saying it. I don't want it to be. I will be extremely happy if it's not. But let's start preparing for the worst, guys, because it ain't. There's not enough excitement behind Joe Biden.
There's too much animosity towards Joe Biden.
Yeah. You needed to get somebody who sparked the imagination. Who made people curious. Nobody's curious about Joe Biden. You know what Joe Biden looks like. Mm-hmm. You've seen that politician before.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He seems like a good guy. But that doesn't...
Depends on your definition.
The fact that they're still worried about campaign contributions in today's society when social media is the end-all be-all. You think Trump's campaign is as successful as it is because of how much they raise? No. It's because he has a couple million followers on Facebook who share his stuff.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, I agree that, like, the virality, I guess?
I'll go with that.
Viracious.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a nice word. Even if it's not a word, I like that word. Viracious.
Ness of his tweet.
Viraciousness?
Yes. Viracious.
I like that too. I like viraciousness. I don't think it's a word. I don't think you'll find that in the dictionary. But I love viraciousness. Can we trademark that? Because if nobody's ever said it before.
In the comments, let me know if you want.
And I swear to God, if I hear anybody has copyright claimed this, I'll
You weren't even saying anything.
I wasn't. I was just trying to put up the facade. I'm so sorry. Viraciousness.
In the comments, let us know if you would, once we start making merch,
Viraciousness.
if you would want a viracious or viraciousness merch thing.
It's like a bad word on wording is hard.
It is.
Tendenociousness. Tendenociousness. Oh, I'm sorry. His viraciousness. I'm saying it. I'm running.
On social media.
Mm-hmm.
definitely has his name in the press a lot more, which makes it more visible. I don't necessarily agree that that's what makes his campaign really take off. Like, I don't think it's so much the people sharing his shit that are causing more people to vote for him. I think it's that because he says crazy stuff and enough people do, he gets on the news, and then the old people who vote for him see that, on top of him spending billions or however fucking much. I don't know exactly. I haven't actually looked up the numbers. I'm just like
millions. Let's just say millions. So that way nobody fucks. It's not that much. Campaign contribution laws don't allow them to spend that much.
Exaggeration to prove the point. Go fuck yourself in the ass, okay? I don't care. You know what? Fuck yourself up your nose. I don't care about like whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care. I'm just saying, go fuck yourself.
That's voraciousness.
No.
Yeah, it's voracious. You just had
I was talking about like his shit going viral.
I know, but I just want to use it now in different phrases.
Virus. It doesn't work that
I
way.
just want to try it. Let me live. Why won't you let me live?
Can you stop picking the mic, please?
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Let me live.
Anyway. Shit. On top of the whole bunch of shitloads of money that he spends on fear-mongering ads that they see because they only watch Fox News all fucking day.
Yeah, I don't.
And how much money he like pays the head of Fox and ONN, whatever. OAN to suck his dick.
Own. Because they own liberals. I'm in rare form today. I'm sorry.
You are.
I apologize.
You are crazy.
It is so good to be back.
It is.
Because we made a vow before we started this episode that this wasn't just going to be bad stuff. Because there's so much that you could choose from. Yeah. If you wanted this to be bad. Well, so much.
There's way too fucking much going on right now, and I'm just ready for everything to be over.
I just want a reprieve. Just give me a break, like an even in between. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need it to be great. I just want a level. I just want even.
If all I had to deal with if all we could just deal with is the fucking pandemic, just the pandemic. That's it. For a month, without anything like shitty happening, without anybody getting shot or murdered or dying or having to even think about Donald Trump saying something fucking stupid and racist.
We'd be able to survive.
I would die of happiness. Like,
just your face. Like, I would just die of happiness.
I just want a month of the bare minimum problems.
The everyday problems and stuff that we used to just think about it just being, that was the tough stuff. Like that, I want to go back to that being the tough stuff.
I want it. I want
but
whether or not.
Before we even go down, because again, not going there.
Nope.
Because we do have great things to celebrate.
Yes, we do.
You and I, 3 years.
Married.
She's decided to stay with me for that long. I don't know why. Married.
We were together a lot longer.
I know, but I'm just saying.
We got married.
Okay, so with me, marriage was always a weird thing because I was always afraid that I was going to marry somebody and be like, "Nah, I'm good. No, it's okay. We're not going to do this." But
we were together for 5 years.
Yeah, but everybody knows.
Before that.
Yeah, but everybody knows together. To me, okay, this is gonna sound wrong, but it's the only way that makes any sense to me. Together is not married.
Well, the only difference, which you should know by now.
I do know now, yes. But before this...
I know. But the only difference is that it is more expensive to break up.
Facts. Because one of the things that I love the most about our marriage is that nothing did change.
Are with anybody, man, woman, other, who changes after you get married, you need to either get an annulment or get divorced.
Because that's not what you signed up for.
Because they gave you a lie the entire time before you guys got married.
Clink, clink. No, that's absolutely true. Because I was so
Unless,
scared.
of course, they change and you like it better than how you liked them before. That's different. But you know what I mean.
That don't ever happen.
That, yeah, no. It doesn't happen. When they change, it's always for the worse.
Yeah, exactly. There's no...
Don't think, well, I mean, maybe I'll get to like it. Because you're not going to. You're going to end up getting divorced down the road. I mean, honestly, it's probably best to do it early anyway, just in case you make it big and then you won't have to pay them alimony.
What she said. That's why she wants this to take off now, so that when she leaves me, it's before we get big. I respect it.
No, honey.
I know. I'm just
oh my
joshing.
God.
I'm just joshing. What else do we have that's positive going on? I'm very happy that our 6-year-old is coming into his own.
Yeah. Oh, he's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, as soon as I got home, he was grabbing my hands and pulling me into the living room to play with him.
Mm-hmm.
That was so sweet.
Like, I'm very happy because not just him, but our kids, you're starting to see the personalities, and especially with the two oldest, of who they're going to be as they get older. And it's pretty cool to watch them grow into that and know you get to be a part of it for a while. So that's pretty neat. I'm very happy about that. Lost my train of thought. My brain's gone.
We're recording again.
Yes,
That's a good thing.
that is very good. Very excited about that.
I got myself well, I didn't get it. He got it for me for my birthday because I just had a birthday.
And she did.
I did.
32.
33.
33.
Yeah.
You're going to cut off the 32 part. 33.
I'm going to leave it in there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
To humble your ass. You don't even remember how old I am.
What?
Although I really can't talk because I don't even remember what
She doesn't know our anniversary. That's where my brain was going.
Yeah, it was.
Because let me tell you guys something about gender roles. They are
bullshit.
What she said. I try not to cuss on here unless I'm angry. So shoot dang.
Mother lover.
Mother lover. They are false because I remember our anniversaries. Yeah, she may have me beat on birthdays. Yeah. That's cool. But anniversaries, sweet stuff, that's your boy. Not this one. You know how much I'd love to get an edible arrangement? You know who doesn't get an edible arrangement? Oh, stop it.
Have I ever gotten an edible arrangement?
No, but I've gotten you like bouquets of flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love you.
I know you do. That's not your love language.
Very much.
I know.
But to be completely honest, I never understood bouquets of flowers.
You know what? As I've gotten older, it's probably not something you're going to get all that often. It's just, they die.
Exactly.
Why would I want to get you something that dies?
Exactly.
I mean,
like, if you want to get me a bouquet of flowers, get me a bouquet of fake flowers. That way, at least I can keep them in a vase, and I don't have to water them, and they're not going to die. And I'm not going to kill them because I have a black thumb.
It's because you have no soul, being a ginger. That's the way it works.
I don't know. I like Lucas's idea of gingers are just the only ones that reincarnate, so people think we don't have souls because we don't go to heaven or hell.
I would like to discuss reincarnation once because though I am a Christian, I would love the idea of reincarnation.
I know, right? But then I'm like...
You know how much I would want to come back as a white person?
Like, if you guys could hear some of the thoughts that I have in my head sometimes, I would probably come back as an ant. Or a spider.
Which is funny because you have social anxiety, so Lord knows that'd be turned up to 1,000,000 if you were an ant.
Right. And I'm terrified of spiders, so then I would just, like, die of a heart attack as soon as I was born.
As soon as you got out and got... Because I don't know if spiders can see their reflection. As soon as you got out and you saw... Ah! Oh my god. Oh, that's great.
But yeah, he does all, like, the romantic shit.
Mm-hmm. Now,
all that shit that every woman wants their man to do with, you know, filling the bathtub and lighting candles.
Yeah, I do all that stuff.
Like, I'm sure if he wanted to, he'd even get, like, some rose petals.
Yeah, but hey, it's not her.
You know, fill it up with a bubble bath. And get all that ready and just, like...
I rub her feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rubbing feet. Getting me chocolate when I'm having a bad day.
Yeah. I'm a catch.
Just buying me flowers, like we just talked about, for no reason, even though they're gonna die.
I've gotten out of that though.
Yes, I'm very proud.
No.
You know, just like getting me little because presents.
But here's where I'd like the conversation to begin. Is it wrong for a male to want the same things? Oh. Now, in all fairness, she does a great job when I remind her and give her ideas of actually facilitating the ideas. Yeah. Like, if I actually want something and I could just go buy it myself, but I give you the idea to do it, you'll do it. Just because I know
like your Switch that I'm going to get you for your birthday, even though I feel bad because you're not going to get really like a surprise present. Yeah. We're getting too old for surprise.
Exactly. We're at this point now. Shout out to all of our viewers who helped us with her video. You guys were awesome. We appreciate it very much.
You guys so much, and thank you so much. That was the sweetest thing in the whole world, and I miss you, Hannah. I'm sorry, I suck at texting. I love you though.
But no, that was super cool. But birthdays.
And Jordan, I miss you so freaking much. Thank you. Sorry.
I don't. Can't stand you. You're lucky you have beautiful children. Ow. And I somewhat appreciate you as a person. Ow. Even though I really don't. Ow. Colin, you either. I don't like you. Ow.
You'd be nice.
No, we've been talking about this a little bit. Birthdays. This one for me is weird. And I know we've talked about this a couple of times.
Yeah.
About the pressure that I put on myself turning 35 and where I thought I would be. Side note, this is what 35 is. Your boy,
doesn't he look so good? He's got a little bit of salt in his pepper.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna see where this rolls. This may even be turning into something new. Stay tuned. This might be something big. And then growing this out too. But yeah, I know it's so weird. Now that I'm seeing it in the camera,
now you can actually see.
I know.
My hand right there.
Like, I'm looking at this is the first time I've actually seen it in camera in real time, and I'm like. First of all, I love the fact that I have Ray Richards.
This is all over the place, but just because we're just happy to be back in the.
Yeah.
You guys have been watching us long enough to know.
You know what this is like, yeah.
You know, but anyway. So so cool thing. Shout out to our viewer. Like, I don't know if she's gonna watch this or not, but shout out to our viewer who actually recognized
at Target.
RJ.
That was so much fun. It was weird. I mean, other than our friends who watch this, who, you know, we've talked to before, we never, you know.
Yeah.
When we first started doing this, was never with the intent of getting, like, huge. This was just something for us to spend time together. And be able to talk about things and just do it in a fun and unique way. And
if people enjoyed it, so much the better.
Yeah.
But we didn't really think that people outside of, like, our little circle of friends or, like, some other people that they may know really would be watching this, but
Yeah.
did she give you her name?
No, I didn't catch it.
Damn.
And if she did, I'm old and don't remember, so I'm sorry. But it was super cool. But no, that ties back in.
Yeah.
35 for me, I want it to be a big year. I want it to be a year of growth. I don't necessarily care if it's a huge financial year. I don't care if it's a huge leap forward from a career year. I want this year to be about defining what I want our future to look like, at least from my end. Health-wise, career-wise, love-wise, like I want that. I want it to be something that when we look back on it, we'll say 35 for me was the year where I finally got it together for you and kind of figured it out. So I'm excited. I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know what that's going to be, you know, but I'm excited because I've probably been filled with more creativity over the last 3 months that I've felt like I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
So that's super cool. One, to try a bunch of different things, and some of them may fall flat on my face. Some of it may be super cool and exciting and new. But I can't thank you enough for being able to trust me to try that stuff. Because I know I can dream big sometimes and just sound all over the place, but you hang in there. And I appreciate that very much. So, you rock.
No.
So hard.
No.
So hard.
No, I don't.
The hardest.
Okay.
So, next topic.
Next topic.
Somber, but very awesome topic. Chadwick Boseman was a tough loss. Normally we don't do we don't talk about that kind of stuff on the show. But
Except for the one episode that really blew.
Yeah, but George Floyd was something different. That was more just a rage episode.
Yeah.
Looking at Chadwick's life, this actually all kind of ties into what I was just talking about with wanting my life to have an impact and meaning. To find out what that man did while battling colon cancer, like to be able to put out that much work and be able to do the humanitarian work that he did while battling it himself is incredible. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me because most people would have just folded.
Yeah.
And sat in a corner somewhere and said, well, this is it. I'll fight it as much as I can, but I know this is coming. But it was like, no, I have a gift. I love my art. I want to share my art for as long as I can while I'm on this planet. That's awe-inspiring.
Every major motion picture he's been in and known for has happened since the year he was diagnosed.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He decided not to allow something that's debilitating to keep him from doing something he loved to do. And sharing that with those around. That was the first time outside of Blade, and that's a whole other conversation because the people are like, that's the first black superhero. No, Blade was.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes did that.
Yeah.
You can't say anything about it. The movies weren't as good as Black Panther. They weren't as captivating.
I think the biggest thing is because everybody puts it on him being the first black superhero, but that wasn't what made it the phenomenon that it was. It was that it was an all black everything.
Yeah, it was black excellence just all over the place. Yeah, and it was a black character who was a king.
Yes.
Like, T'Challa in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is one of the richest people on the planet. So to see...
Powerful.
Yeah, and eloquent.
Mm-hmm.
and poised.
And it was a major part of a major company as well as a major universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to see him be the forefront of that
Mm-hmm.
was, Lex beyond a shadow of a doubt this year. I don't care if we don't go out for Halloween. Lex is getting a Black Panther costume for Halloween. It's without question. It's just going to happen because I need him to see himself that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because his life is already going to be so unique from a multitude of reasons
Mm-hmm.
that I need him early to understand his value and his importance. Because there's going to be so many things telling him that he's not, that he needs to know that he is as early as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going to discuss our favorite Chadwick roles.
Which totally was going to.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized that I haven't actually got to watch very many of them.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to rectify
like,
that.
I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to rectify that, and the next time we record, we will have that.
Because I'm excited about that, because she hasn't seen 42 yet.
I think most of what I know him from is from TV.
Mm-hmm. Into another conversation that we were having earlier in regards to the lack of empathy that people feel in certain situations and how entitled sometimes people can be. One of the things that did piss me off was, instead of celebrating this man's life and the gift that he brought and the time and the energy and the lives that he changed, why did I see on Twitter people wondering what was going to happen with Black Panther 2? Guys, when did we were discussing that earlier, when did that start? When did
people stop seeing other people as human beings
and as just something that intersects into their life because they're the star of it?
And like, I just, because I know there's going to be somebody out there that's going to be like, well, there are still people that don't look at Black people as human beings, and you're completely right, and fuck those people because they're fucking assholes and racist. Trash. But my what we're saying is, like, it's way too fucking widespread right now. Like, why, when the world is grieving the loss of such an amazing actor to such a horrible disease, are you worried about who's gonna be the next Black Panther?
Now,
what makes you think you have the right to at someone on Twitter who is grieving the loss of a friend to be like, but you're gonna go ahead and take over Black Panther, right?
not the time.
He just died, you motherfucker.
It's not the time. It's not the time. Like, I'm trying desperately to hold on to the fact that it's not as widespread as everybody's telling me that it is. It's just people like that can be louder now.
Yeah.
Like, before, you've always had that crazy conspiracy uncle or aunt.
Mm-hmm.
But the world never used to care about them because they were in your own sliver of your own universe and never really intersected with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But now that person has a social media following. Opposed to just reaching your intermediate family, they now reach maybe 500 people who think like them. And then they expand. And the next thing you know, you start seeing those people. Because I was reading a lot of those comments, and a lot of those comments you could tell they were just trolls.
Yeah.
But
I don't understand. Like, you want to get a kick out of saying stupid shit on some random person's thing,
mm-hmm.
like just arguing just to see if somebody's going to take the bait. Fine. Whatever. If someone's stupid enough to take the bait, God knows I've been stupid enough to take the bait a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Who fucking cares? But there's gotta be a line, right? Like, if it has to do with, death, Why? Like,
Why? Why?
where is your humanity?
It's the same thing. I mean, the same thing we were talking about with people masks.
It's not a joke.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a joke. I shouldn't have to tell somebody to fix their damn mask like they are a child. I shouldn't have to tell them that someone in my life is high risk. They should just be doing it out of human decency. Wear your fucking mask correctly. Don't give me this bullshit about you have a medical condition, because if you have a medical condition that keeps you from wearing a mask, you shouldn't be out. You should know how dangerous this motherfucker is to you. Okay?
What she said.
I'm sorry, I can't say that at work. Because if I say that at work, then somebody's going to bitch to my manager, and then Amanda gets suspended or fired. I don't want that to happen because I got kids to feed. So,
In this
sorry,
form, though.
you guys got to hear it. Because this is my area. And I'm not saying who I work for, so they can't fire me.
Namaste.
Peace be with you.
But not only that, it's just you shouldn't have to have that rant.
They shouldn't.
This should have been just common sense.
It should have been.
Like, there's no impeding on liberties wearing a mask. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What liberty is impeding on you wearing a mask? You know what I mean? Like, the first time I heard that, I was like, you got it. And people just ran. Like, there were a select few people. Now, mind you, again, sticking with the idea that I know it's not as widespread as it looks. Right now, there are a couple billion people on the planet. You could probably, in one small city, put all the stupid people of the world in that small city. Probably. But the problem is that those stupid people sometimes have really big mouths.
Mm-hmm.
As we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So, when that happens, you tend to pay attention to them because it's so ridiculous that you feel like you have to listen again just to make sure that you're hearing it correctly.
Right. Did they really just say that?
Like, they said that out loud and genuinely believe. There are people right now, and I'm not going to get too deep into this because I'll just get angry. There are people right now. There's a Christian group of people right now raising money for a 17-year-old who went into a protest with an assault rifle and shot 2 people. They're raising money for him.
As opposed to the people he shot?
Yeah, because the people who he shot were out past curfew. So they deserve.
So that means they deserve to get assaulted with a deadly weapon?
So the story is he went there knowing that they were protesting. Wasn't even from that community. Drove from somewhere else to the protest. Went there with an assault rifle. They said he was victimized. You're there with an assault rifle. A full-on at 17. You're there with an assault rifle. Yeah, people are going to act hostile towards you. You're out with an assault rifle on your shoulder. If I saw a dude walk by me with an assault rifle, I'd feel some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, there's nowhere where you feel safe unless you're at a gun range when somebody walks past you with an assault rifle.
At most gun ranges, you can't even take an assault rifle.
I'm just saying, just in general, unless I was at a gun shop or something like that where guns are prevalent.
Right.
There's nowhere you could walk right now. Try walking through an amusement park or a park just in general with an assault rifle and see if people don't treat you weird. Right? So you're already so to dispel how stupid this argument is, you're going to say that he went there and he was assaulted, so he had to defend himself. He went somewhere where he doesn't have any ties to.
Yep.
Went there with a loaded assault rifle to stand among the protesters of something he doesn't believe in for a cause that he doesn't understand. People acted hostile towards him because he had an assault rifle back to point one.
Because he was threatening them by having that assault rifle. I don't want to hear anybody say, well, he wasn't pointing the gun at them. I don't even know what the situation is, because I've been needing to stay away from this kind of shit, so he just tells me the important shit right now because it is just too fucking much to handle for me right now. And you know what? If you want to give me hell about that, go ahead, because I really don't fucking care, because everybody needs a break.
You need it. Like now, there has to be a reprieve.
If you can consistently watch the shit that is happening right now, and it doesn't get to you, there's something wrong with you. Like, really wrong with, like, you need to talk to someone, because you may have a terrifying mental disorder that may cause you to be a serial killer.
No, either that or you just back to the original start of this conversation.
You have no empathy, which would make you a psychopath.
No, because let's be real. A lot of these people, they don't care because it doesn't affect them. They don't see themselves in the victims.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't feel anything, if you can watch something like that happen to another human being and not be affected in any way, even if it's just like, dude, that really sucks. Or seriously sit there and blame the victims, there's something wrong. Like, you need to reevaluate yourself. Like, for real.
That's more important. I wish that would happen.
The reevaluation.
The reevaluation part. That I think for a lot of people across the board, that's what needs to happen. You need to take a step back and reevaluate why we're here and what we're doing.
Just stop and think, what if that happened to my blank?
Mm-hmm.
What if my child, my college-age child, was at a protest of something they believed in, and someone who is against that, whatever it is, came there with an assault rifle? And then the protesters subdued that person. Wouldn't you say, oh, thank God?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be sitting there thinking, oh, he was only 17.
Yeah.
Why did you guys accost him?
Yeah. Here, let me raise some money to get him out of jail. And calling him a hero. Which is... So, the funny part is you would hear that story and think he shot black people, right? No. Mm-hmm. 2 white guys. Who were there, who were allies, who were in the streets. But this is the world when you don't have leadership. This is the world when you don't have an example.
This is the world when you don't have empathy. You don't need you don't necessarily need a leader to have empathy.
Yeah, you just need to have empathy.
You just need to have empathy.
Like, you need to be able to see yourself in other people.
That's it.
And just respect the fact that, hey, you're a human, I'm a human.
Like, I can't tell you how often I'm tempted to, when talking to people that I work with, and see either an anti-masker or someone who doesn't want to wear their masks correctly. Like, if you wear it under your nose, it's completely defeating the purpose. You know that, right? But anyway, how I want to just say loudly, like an old person who is complaining about kids having their music up too loud, I want to say, what happened to common decency these days?
Do you want me just to do the episode on you wearing masks?
No, it's just like it's what we've been talking about. You know, it's just it all goes back to having empathy, wearing your mask correctly, because you don't know who you're going to come in contact with who is either high risk or has someone who's high risk, or even if they don't know if they're high risk, they still could be. There's common decency with, like, people should be treated, you know, like people, no matter what they look like. They're still fucking people. You know? I don't care who the fuck you're voting for. I'm still going to treat you like a person.
Yeah.
I don't care what color your skin is. I'm still going to treat you like a person. And if you're a jackass, I'm going to treat you like a jackass, Margaret.
I don't even know who Margaret is.
Just random old white lady. However, okay, back to good though.
Yeah.
Back to good.
Mm-hmm.
I almost cried yesterday. There is the sweetest little old lady who came in, and she was so adorable and sweet, and she looked so much like my great grandmother that I almost started. After I finished working with her, I had to go on lunch because I almost started crying because I missed her so much. Like, she had the same wispy white hair, and she had it pulled back how Nanny used to do when she was like in her 70s, and she was 75. This lady that I helped. And she just wanted to know how to use something that she had bought because she wasn't sure how to use it. But she didn't, well, no, she didn't, it wasn't that she bought it. It was somebody gave it to her.
Oh, okay.
But it was a foreign thing. Like, they didn't buy it, like, in the U.S. They ordered it offline, and it ended up being, like, from, like, China or, I think it was Chinese. And so all of the writing
was in Chinese.
in Chinese. So she didn't know how to use it. And she was like, do you know how? Like, I don't know who I need to talk to, but I just wanted to talk to somebody because I don't know how to use this. And I didn't know how to use it either because it's a new product. And so I was like, okay, let's figure it out. Right? So I looked up a video how to use it, and we watched it together, and I showed her how to do it, and I did the one side, and then she did the other so that she would know how to do it. And it was so cute and so sweet. And she was just beaming by the time she left. She was like, you guys are always so helpful, and thank you so, like, you don't know how much this, you won't know how much this means to me until you're 75 years old. And she was just the sweetest lady in the whole world. And I was very happy to deal with her. She restored my faith in humanity for a little while. She did.
It's just, it's small interactions like that. It's just little stuff. That's why I have a renewed sense of hope. Because for a while there, after George Floyd, I didn't have any. It was gone. Like, I was looking for places for us to live. My chest was hurting every night. I couldn't sleep. And even now, I mean, it's still hard. don't get me wrong. Like, there are still some nights where it's still tough. Like, it's still tough.
Still tough.
Trough. Where it's still rough to, because I try and keep up with that stuff for you. Yeah. You know, I make sure that I know about world events because it's important for us to be able to know about them as a family, to discuss them and understand what it means to us individually and all that stuff. But what's giving me hope is I see, despite all the nonsense, I see people standing together. Yeah. Of all different walks of life. Like, to watch the NBA, the WNBA, the MLB, and the NHL, even though the NHL was kind of just pushed to do it, to watch them all in unison boycott games and give up game checks just to make a point. Yep. You know what I mean? And yeah, spare all that whole, it's sports, they should keep politics out. This isn't political. That's the part that's lost.
This isn't political.
This has nothing to do with politics.
This is about humanity.
It's about empathy. It's about
bringing it back.
It's about understanding that that's my fellow man who got shot 7 times in the back.
In front of his kids.
In front of his kids. I see him, even though he may
because he was walking away, even though he was unarmed.
Oh no, apparently he was going to the car because he had a knife. Which, why that still means you have to get 7 in the back is beyond me, because there are countless other videos of police officers detaining men who have done far worse. Dylan Roof didn't get shot once. And he shot up a church. Not once. But I digress, because you're taking me off my topic of trying to be positive.
I was talking about a little old lady.
But to see the prevailing majority, and we can all lie and say it's not the majority, but it is. It's the majority. It's the majority of people who are seeing this for what it is. And they're standing up to it. Mm-hmm. They're saying it's not right. They're standing together. And I love that part. That's the part that's going to get me through this. Mm-hmm. Even though I know I said that him getting a second term, and realistically, that's just because politics is just a game. It is. It's just a game.
However, if he gets a second term and there's not a fucking revolution, I give up on this country.
We're still young in relation to the rest of the world.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We are way overdue to, like, overthrow some shits. You know, like, way overdue.
Yeah, and it's weird when you think about how young America really is in relation to the rest of the countries in the world, and how the rest of the countries in the world went through multiple government changes before they got to where they belong. Well, not belonged, but where they are now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Like, just thinking about it, like, how many fucking civilizations have, like, just toppled in the first 200 years? Like, way past due. Yeah.
But
now, don't get me wrong. Do I want? I don't want, like, bloodshed and shit. You know, I don't want a second civil war.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody wants that.
Want that?
Nobody wants it. And people who say they want it only say it because they don't know any better. Mm-hmm. They weren't around for it. They didn't see brothers killing brothers. They didn't see fathers killing sons and sons killing fathers. They didn't see that. They heard the post stories and have romanticized it. Yep. But guarantee you, ask anybody who's been in active combat. It's not what you want. It ain't what you want at all. It may sound cute. It may have looked cute on a video game, but it ain't what you want.
You might think it's it sounds all
noble
and heroic and all that, like, nonsense. But
ask men who have had to take another man's life in the name of a cause, how will they sleep at night?
And if they say like a baby, then never talk to them.
Then there's something wrong with them too.
Never talk to them again. Just silently move away.
Start taking those steps back.
And leave the country for a month. And then move to a different state under an assumed name.
Yeah, because they'll find you.
They will find you.
And they will kill you.
Yeah, because they have a certain set of skills.
Liam Neeson's. But no, I believe that there's better. Mm-hmm. I believe that I'm seeing now that there's better. And I just hope that we can take that better and make it to a point where it's undeniable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's my positive note for today, kids. Take that one.
I think that's a good place for us to say goodnight.
I think it is too.
Be positive despite all of the negative. Keep hope alive. And
in the words that we started stealing in this house that we stole from Frozen 2, just do the next right thing.
Yes.
Just do the next right thing. That I'm going to use that phrase a lot. Like, I want to have that printed somewhere in the house.
Yeah.
It's just do the next right thing.
Yeah.
Because it's a mantra. That's just a good mantra to have. Like, if you don't know where you're going, if everything seems dark. Yes.
Thank you, Kristen Bell, for that. Because that has, like, I hope eventually she sees this. I don't know if she will, but hopefully she does. I mean, I don't have anything really against her.
I love her.
I like her. Like, she's
great actress.
Really.
Love her work. See your nights.
Love you.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Follow us on our social medias, which will be in the description down below.
Beep, 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 beep.
Fear guns.
Explosions.
We love you. This will be happening a lot more. I know we say that all the time, but now that the kids are back, this is something we're really passionate about, and we just want to spend this time with you guys. So, thanks for watching.
Love you. Have a wonderful whatever time of the day it is for you. Mwah.